you. How y'all doing out there?
And that was Dancing with Ghosts. I genuinely do not know what that song was. I just found the concert through his Discord server, so shows you what I know. So let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this is the early stream. Welcome. Oh man, I actually was like, went to the washroom to take a shower, and I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna actually need to turn that on. And I completely forgot to turn it on. Yeah, I'm kind of an idiot. But, it's whatever. It's weather. But yeah, I was just playing a song by a band called Dancing with Ghosts. Um, You should totally hear them, by the way. I'm just gonna put the link um, to their emo night that happened a week ago. A week ago today. Yeah, they actually played. I think it was a prom on May 11th of 2024, and this was uploaded May 14th, 2024, and I'm now getting it because of a Discord server. But yeah, like, they're a good band, and they are pretty much like a bop. They are absolutely a bop, I'm not gonna lie. Um, like, if I wasn't so not great about myself, I would have just moshed to that or something, but nah. Do 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 dun 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 do 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 do. But yeah, like it was yeah, just seeing that was absolutely incredible, buddy. But yeah, it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Um so I was under the impression that I was supposed to go to bed. I was supposed to go to bed. But what ended up happening was after the stream, I stayed up for a bit, and then I had to go to do my blood work. I had to go to the library to get the printer, my blood work paper printed out, and then I had to go to the Life Labs to get my thing tested out, like checked. Amazingly enough, I don't know why, I am much easier with tolerating pain with tattoos, but I can't do it with needles. I genuinely can't. It's surprising to me, but you know, it's not all shocking. Surprising but shocking. That's what I would say. I'm just genuinely surprised about the fact that I would, could, should, hould, could, would, would, should, or whatever. Um, but like, here I am. Yeah, here I am. Just another stream. Another fucking stream. What is that? 18 in a row? My God, 18 streams in a row. I'm surprised. I'm surprised people are showing up. You know, I'm genuinely surprised some people are showing up. It kind of gets exhausting. You know, that's why I do like 6 days a week so I could actually rest on Sunday. You know, just flatline on Sunday. You know. Um, but yeah, the band follows me on Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, X.com. So Twitter is officially X.com, but you know, nobody's gonna call it X because, you know, nobody wants to. Like, nobody cares. Like, nobody cares that we're calling it X.com, you know? Like, absolutely nobody, you know, unless Elon fanboys, but you know, they're the same people who get excited over like a comedy that is absolutely triggering. Um, yeah, they get into a comedy that is absolutely triggering, but then it turned out it's not triggering. Just like that Daily Wire thing, Mister, what's it called? I'm trying to look for it. Um, Not Mister Woodcock, but I forgot what it was called. I'm looking for it right now. It's the Daily Wire exclusive, and yeah, it's not good. You know, it's absolutely not good. I'm trying to find it. Mr. Bircham. Like it was called. It's called Mr. Bircham, and it was just about like it's pretty much like trying so hard to be Family Guy, but the reason why Family Guy worked is because it was written by actual people, actual writers, and it's a ripoff of Family Guy right down to the fact that somehow they got Patrick Warburton, aka Joe Swanson. I'm genuinely shocked. I don't know how they got Danny Trejo as a character in the show. I'm genuinely shocked. It's like, um, yeah, I'm genuinely shocked that they got. Then again, I think Danny Trejo will do anything for the right price. And Patrick Warburton is absolutely fine as a voice actor. He always has been. Like, you can see that he actually has, like, range, especially when you compare Family Guy to Venture Brothers. Like, Venture Brothers, I was afraid that he would actually release the Joe Swanson. And then it turned out that it only happens very rarely. And it turns out that he actually has emotion and nothing that is just like nothing but screaming all the time. Or just like reminding him of saying, Peter, you know? Like, I'm genuinely surprised about the fact that the Daily Wire the Daily Wire wanted to be the anti Hollywood or anti like doing something that nobody everybody else in Hollywood is doing, and yet they have their own platform and making it exclusive like Disney Plus. So they are so yeah, they're pretty much hypocrites with mediocre content. Say what you will about Disney Plus and Netflix and Amazon Prime, they could at least give us quality shows and somehow cheaper than uh, Daily Wire Plus, because Daily Wire Plus is $15 a month, and I'm like, what? It's like $15 a month for whom? I just want to know for whom. What is the $15 a month for? Are you just going broke? And I like the fact that Daily Wire is like we're gonna be anti Hollywood, and yet they're doing the exact same thing as Hollywood does, just like making things a lot more expensive. Which, yeah, eventually that's gonna happen, but they're they're pretty much like doing what they're supposed to do. And their show, Mister, what is it? Mister Hardham? What was it? Bircham? Bircham. Mr. Bircham is just bland. And I've said this before. Do not say that your thing is triggering. Actually do it. Like, again, when Green Day made fun of the MAGA crowd in American Idiot, a lot of people, especially in like the MAGA people, are just like, I never liked Green Day. They become the machine. They've become woke. I never liked them. And yeah, that's pretty much called a trigger, you know? They actually just flip out because yeah, they absolutely just flip out because they actually change one line from a 20-year-old political song. 20-year-old at this point in time, you know? So I have no idea as to why they're just like, yeah, but you know, but like it's like, but they're always against the machine. Again, like you're just making a show that is pretty much Brickleberry, except with less talented writers. And for those of you who don't know, there are many writers or many people on the Daily Wire who are failed actors or screenwriters. And that's why their show is just so haphazard, because it's not great. Like, the show itself is just bland. It's not even edgy. Like, I like edgy humor as long as it has a point and as long as it's funny, but it's not funny, and that's the word. Say what you will about Lady Ballers, at least it was funny because at least it was supposed to be a documentary, but then it turned out that you couldn't do it in real life. So that was pretty much one of the funniest thing about it. Like, the difference is, like, I could say that Lady Boss could have benefited from making it a mockumentary. Like, no one would take it seriously, and everything would be wrong. But at the very least, I don't know. Yeah, at the very least, you could have just made it a mockumentary. You could have just put in all your beliefs, and some people might believe it, a lot of other people are not going to. But at least your head is there. But this Mr. Bircham show is just bland. you're making as bland content as Hollywood. You're making bland Western animation just like Hollywood. So you're absolutely just playing into certain things, you know? And speaking of TV, I kind of forgot, and I was going through like TV or video essays. I was absolutely just going through video essays because honestly, yes, I love YouTube poops, but I do love video essays, especially when it pertains to my interests or something that I want to be interested in. And one of these video essays was about Kenan Thompson and his show called Kenan. And we all know that Kenan Thompson from, like all that, Kenan and Kel, the Good Burger movie, and his Forever plan on SNL. And he actually made a show called Kenan, and it lasted 2 seasons. And I'm actually proud. I'm actually proud and surprised it lasted 2 seasons because usually whenever it has a show has low ratings, they would just cancel it midway. Like lately, not lately, but in like the mid 2000s or late 2000s and early to mid 2010s, TV shows always had run the risk of just like, you know, just like getting canceled partway through the series, the show. Like there was a show with Brandon Routh and Justin Long, I think, and it was called Partners, and it actually involved a straight man and a gay guy being in business together. I forgot. The show was called Partners. I think it was David Krumholtz. Um, yeah, the show was called Partners. It had David Krumholtz, Brandon Routh, um, Michael Urie, and it only lasted thir- 13 episodes. Apparently, lasted 13 episodes. Only 6 were aired. And I watched all 6. I remember watching all 6. And it got canceled. It got canceled because of low ratings. Um, Granted, it was not a good show. It was not a good show. But, um, yeah, it ended up getting canceled. Um, it was supposed to air 13 episodes like any other show would. Like, 13 are if you're going into like most sitcoms, the first episode is 13 episodes, and then they just like stop just to get their bearings across, and then they order a full thing. But only 6 episodes were aired, and that's it. The rest were never aired. And after the cancellation, the show's page was removed from the CBS website and removed from the People's Choice Awards on Favorite New TV Comedy. You jumped the gun on that one, but still. Um, but, like, it was, like, yeah, that was pretty much the issue. Like, canceling shows before they could actually go off the ground. Like, even before the mid 2000s, even if your show failed, they at least let you burn off the rest of the season. Yeah, they just let you at least burn off the rest of the season, and that would be it. Um, Sometimes they just put it in a late slot, but at least they aired it. Um, but lately, over the past few years, especially on network, like especially like even back in the day, they would actually let you take the time, and like Seinfeld would not be made today if like it would not be made today because it would have a slow start and then nobody would watch it, and then like without a doubt people are going to be like, we're canceling this. um um like for a year. And then tapered, and then trailed off after a few video essays. Back, it was Blade Blade for a year back when it that's okay. So, sorry, I was just typing something. So where was I? I was just typing something, and so my boyfriend is at a wedding, his sister's wedding. He is in Nigeria right, Niagara, not Nigeria. Um, he actually sent me a. He sent me something about smiling friends. It's like the question is, do you fear death? What's your problem, dude? We're all gonna die one day. Of course I'm scared, but I don't go around yelling about it, at everyone about it. I think he might be depressed, Charlie. I think maybe his girlfriend left him, so now he's taking it out on everyone. Can we get him on the apps? Bro, you just gotta get over it. Like, there are other fish in the sea. Can I say that? But yeah, my boyfriend is at a wedding, and the only way I would have went is if I wore a suit, and I'm not comfortable wearing a suit. Not because I can't, but because I'm genuinely not great, you know? Like, genuinely, I was like, yeah, so my like, I genuinely can't. I legitimately can't, yeah, I just couldn't wear a suit because I didn't look good in it. Like, I still don't look good in it, like, despite the jacket I have, you know? Um, but yeah, like, I'm not all that great in terms of things right now. Like, it's taking me all my effort to actually be in front of the camera. And I like the fact that I started really early this time as opposed to yesterday when I started about 15 or 20 minutes or later. It's it's kind of funny to say the least. It's kind of funny, but at the same time, ça va mal. That's all I can say. I'm kidding. But I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm wondering if this is going to be a 90-minute stream. Um, Yesterday was 2.5 hours, wasn't it? I'm wondering if it's a 90-minute stream today, but we'll see. Um, oh yeah, I was talking about the crappy Daily Wire thing, and like, yeah, if Seinfeld came out today, Seinfeld would have been canceled by the first season because it was just, yeah, like, TV today genuinely doesn't like it when they want immediate results instead of just having things just take their course and take it slow. Um, it's it's really something, It's genuinely like Holy Mother of God. Just, take the time and let them cook. It's pretty much like when people absolutely give Gen Alpha crap because their sense of humor is so-called garbage, and I'm like, well, that's because like you're all acting like you've like your generation has never come up with cringe, you know? Like that's the thing. Like every generation starts out with cringy humor at first. It starts out because they're finding their voice. And I'm genuinely just tired of people just crapping on Gen Alpha because they're trying to find their voice. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. That's really, and as for like every generation, you have to know that that's wrong. Oh god, I'm so tired of it. And can I just say something about Seinfeld real quick? Jerry Seinfeld is to Seinfeld the show as Michael Jordan is to Space Jam. Neither of them are very good. They are perfectly acceptable for what they're doing, but they are surrounded by people who have more talent than them. Talented, right down to the fact that both Seinfeld and Space Jam start with the letter S, and both of them so happen to have Wayne Knight. And both of them are funnier than Seinfeld and Jordan. And then when they actually try to branch out, like Seinfeld with B Movie and that Unfrosted movie, and Michael Jordan in baseball, they kind of fell flat. Although Michael Jordan did try, and at least Michael Jordan had like the might have the really decent and sad excuse that his dad wanted him to play baseball at first. So, yeah, like because of Michael Jordan's father getting murdered in the early 90s, pretty sure that kind of caused him to retire from basketball and he went to baseball for a while and then he went to basketball, you know? Because at least Michael Jordan had that excuse. He wasn't good at baseball, but hey, you know what? At least he tried. And from what I understand, like, at the very least, he was fine. He wasn't terrible. He wasn't as terrible as even Space Jam said. Like, Space Jam actually, like, loves Michael Jordan and see he was perfect. But even Space Jam is like, no, like, he was really that bad. Like, he's really bad. And even, like, people who are on the opposite team is like, don't swing, don't swing. And he still sucked. Like, even Space Jam, for all that's like going down on Michael Jordan, is like, no, no, we can't do this. We're not even gonna pretend he was good. We'll give him like the modest house. We'll give him the grody hotel he was staying in. We'll give him like the so-called calm lifestyle or the fact that he was a megastar on the court and like he's the greatest basketball star of all time of that year or something, which is true, but we're not even gonna pretend that he was good at baseball, and we're just even we have standards. I'm sorry, and I'm genuinely tired of people actually crapping on Space Jam 2. Can I just say I'm just tired of people just crapping on about that? Because people actually complain that there's too much product, there's too much product placement in there, like there's way too much product placement. I'm like, yeah, so the first one. The first one also had product placement, you know, like Nikes, jerseys, McDonald's. Like there's that scene where Michael Jordan is on the phone. Oh, thank you. But Michael Jordan was on the phone at at that grody hotel, and Wayne Knight just comes in and spouts all sorts of product placements in one line, and like it's just product placement. And again, the first one did it. And you know what? The first one actually was an advertisement because the first Space Jam was based on Michael Jordan, like they're based on Nike commercials or something. Like, didn't before Space Jam, like Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny do commercials where they're playing basketball against each other or with other people. Like, that's what I don't get. It's like they completely sold out. It's like, yeah, yeah, all of it was based on commercials in the 90s selling sneakers. And then Space Jam was pretty much a giant advertisement. The Looney Tunes with a live action basketball player playing basketball. And then, like, Space Jam 2, like Space Jam A New Legacy. Looney Tunes playing basketball with a live action basketball player against other cartoon characters. Okay? Yeah. And they both have advertisements. Like, A New Legacy is like a corporate whore, but let's just be genuinely honest. The first one was a corporate whore too. Let's just put it out there because I'm so sick of that. You know? Um, yeah, and as somebody who watched the first Space Jam a lot as a child, looking back on it, it doesn't hold up the more I watch it. Like the last time I watched it was when I was a kid, and even then I was just like, you know? I was genuinely like, it's okay. Like, I could see the flaws more and more, and I don't want to see it because honestly, I'm just going to see nothing but flaws. I mean, it's a good time capsule. Um, yeah, it's a good time capsule of the 90s. Yeah, it's a time capsule of the 90s, and A New Legacy is a time capsule of the 2020s. So when people are like, "Yeah, Space Jam sucks because of all the corporate or the IP things," it's like, well, welcome to the new age of the internet. Like A New Legacy has internet, like a lot. Like the movie is that actually has LeBron James's kid trying to make a new game, and then it just goes online. Of course, you're gonna have IPs all over the place and show them off, like The Matrix or Game of Thrones. You know, like The Matrix, Game of Thrones, Mad Max, Fury Road, like Wonder Woman. Honestly, like they're both equally bad. But no, but don't and people who grew up with the original don't pretend. Don't pretend. Absolutely do not pretend that it's better than the second one. The only reason that you say it's better than the second one is because the soundtrack is so good. And yes, the soundtrack is amazing. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing. And that's because the soundtrack was in the movie too. Like the first song you hear on the first Space Jam movie was "I Believe I Can Fly," and then it goes to Space Jam at the next when it shows credits, the seizure-inducing credits, and like they have "Hit 'Em High," the Monsters theme song, and "Basketball Jones," and I'm giving it all that I've got in that exercise scene, you know? And at the end, it's Seal Fly Like an Eagle. No, that song is played twice. One where Michael Jordan, after he's like dressed up in his uniform, he's like, let's shoot some hoops, and he's like practicing and Fly Like an Eagle's playing. And then at the end, he's playing for the Bulls again, and Fly Like an Eagle's playing. Yeah, they use that song twice. You know, that song, that half that soundtrack is all over that movie. You know, and that soundtrack is still slaps. That soundtrack is absolutely solid. Except for the last weird track where Bugs Bunny is a rapper and the Looney Tunes rap. Actually, okay, that was cringy even then. I liked it as a kid, but it's cringy then. It's cringy now. The song was called Buggin'. I'm scared, but maybe I'll just let you listen. God help me. God help you all. Oh, God. Not much. when back when it was. Uh, album, the album closer. And then when people actually cringe about the Looney Tunes rapping in a new legacy, I'm like, well, the Looney Tunes did the same thing in the first Space Jam movie. Well, not the first Space Jam movie, but on the soundtrack. But you can argue that, like, that Buggin was written better, and it was a song. It wasn't just freestyle. It was actually written. It wasn't good, and also the soundtrack also had the Spin Doctors. Like, let's see what is on the Space Jam soundtrack, because like that soundtrack was okay. So let me see. So that's how he was. Okay, so there was Fly Like an Eagle, which was played in the movie. The Winner, which is by Coolio. That was like the second track. And everybody knows the Space Jam theme song. Everyone knows it. I Believe I Can Fly. Generations know it, considering that was either a graduation song at some point, a funeral song, a wedding song. This was this was the R&B version of Time of Your Life by Green Day. Like, this was what? This was about a year before that song came out. So yeah, like two back-to-back songs in 2 years, two songs ended up like doing that. Um like being graduation songs. Hit 'em High was in the actual movie as well. I Found My Smile Again by D'Angelo. I don't remember that song. For You I Will. I would have remembered that because I grew up in an R&B. Um, I grew up in an R&B family. Upside Down. I don't remember. Giving You All That I Got. I genuinely remember here. So I was like every gym when I was in elementary school. My gym class, somebody would actually lead the exercise with a song, and so I brought the Space Jam soundtrack in, put it in the jukebox, and I put on this song, and it was like, okay, this absolutely works because it's a good exercise song. Basketball Jones, both these and Basketball Jones were in the movie. I Turn to You, I Don't Know. All of My Days. I barely know. That's the Way I Like It. I like this song by the Spin Doctors and Biz Markie. And then Buggin', which was written by Jay Z and James Howard. My God, I keep forgetting Jay Z. Um, um, yeah, I keep forgetting that Jay Z wrote that song. That's why it was a song. It was because at least it was. It's corny, but it's competently written. Question mark. Confidently written. Competently written. Um, but yeah, like honestly, the whole album goes hard, and it's 65 minutes, and everything is just such a banger. Like you have six of the songs are singles. 6 out of 14 songs. That's almost half the track, you know. And I'm genuinely surprised to like see all of that, you know. Um, like again, I don't know why like people who grew up with the original Space Jam are complaining about Space Jam: A New Legacy when it's just the natural progression of the original, you know? Like okay, the one a few problems in A New Legacy, like LeBron James can act, but that's the problem. Like the director, like here's the thing. We all see LeBron James and he could act. Like he was in Trainwreck, Trainwreck with Amy Schumer and Bill Palmer. I mean Bill Hader, and like he was funny in that movie. He was a highlight, and you know what? He was a highlight in a movie filled with highlights. Like John Cena was hilarious. Bill Hader was hilarious. Um, Colin Quinn was pretty funny. Even Amy Schumer had her moments. Everybody had their moments, you know? Everybody. Like anytime that scene where Bill Hader and LeBron James are like talking to each other on court and LeBron is giving him relationship advice, and then he starts like quoting Kanye West. I remember watching this in theaters, and he started quoting Kanye West, and I genuinely could not stop laughing. Like I was genuinely, and nobody else in the theater was laughing. I was genuinely hyped up. So, and then LeBron James was also on Saturday Night Live, and he actually did a skit with Bill Hader and Jason Sudeikis, all funny people. Hell, even on court, if you see LeBron James on the court, he is a colorful individual. Like he has the riz. I gotta say, he does have the riz. He's fairly likable, and he's a good basketball player as well. Is he gonna be as legendary as Michael Jordan? Who knows? Everybody knows who LeBron James is, anyways, but Michael Jordan is already a legend, and you know LeBron James is good for who he is, so that's totally fair, you know. But the problem with A New Legacy is that they don't play to his strengths. Again, LeBron James is a goofball. He absolutely is a goofball. So him with the Looney Tunes, that actually makes as much sense as Dennis Rodman and the Looney Tunes. At least Dennis Rodman and the Looney Tunes, it's like, yeah, that's funny. That could have been funny. In fact, why actually have Michael Jordan? I mean, Dennis Rodman is a way better actor than Michael Jordan, I'm gonna be honest. Like, he's not great, but he was on Third Rock from the Sun for 2 episodes, and even though he had his awkward moments, like, I come from a theater background. I come from theater, and he was on 2 episodes of Third Rock from the Sun, and it's like, oh, they made fun of his appearance because, like, he is so out there as a human being. It's like, hey, he's an alien, so that's funny. Like, make him an alien for 2 episodes. And at one point, he actually was like, in his first episode, he was actually like, he actually was, uh, doing this towards the camera. And for anyone who's in theater, like, it's okay. It's one thing to do it. Like, here's the thing: Third Rock is shot in front of a live studio audience, and it's pretty much like theater, except you film it and all of that, like all that said and done. And you can't do this in front of a camera. If you do this, yeah, you can, but people have to see your face, unless the script calls for it. Like, people have to do, like, you have to, like, not block your face, and you can't put your back against the audience. You can't put your back towards the audience. And with sitcoms, they're pretty much like, again, they're theater, so you absolutely have to have your face, or at least cheat a little, cheat towards the audience at the very least. But Dennis Rodman did this, and I was like, I mean, you're fine in that, but still, like, again, LeBron James with the Looney Tunes, that should actually work because LeBron James he can be very charismatic. The problem is the writing and the directing. Like, LeBron James's character in A New Legacy is just so rigid. It's absolutely rigid. Like, he's just like this no nonsense, deadpan, kind of boring father who doesn't understand his son. It's pretty much like Robin, like everybody said, like Space Jam: A New Legacy is pretty much Hook for a new generation. At least Robin Williams could act. At least he could act. And even before, here's the thing, even before he started being Peter Pan, he at least was funny. That was the thing. He at least was funny before, like, he became Peter Pan. LeBron James was just like, okay, all you have to do is work. You can't get better if you don't put in work, And it's really sad because the movie isn't great. But then again, as somebody who grew up with the first Space Jam is not great. I'm genuinely tired of people just putting that movie on a pedestal. That first Space Jam movie is not great. I was in a group in college. I was with people in college, my first year of college, aged 19, either they're 19 years old or 30. All of them said that that Space Jam movie does not hold up completely, So I genuinely don't understand why people are just putting Space Jam as a classic. It's a good time capsule of the 90s, but a Hogwarts Legacy, no, Space Jam: A New Legacy is also the same thing, except in the 2020s. I don't think it was terrible. I genuinely don't think A New Legacy was terrible. Like, some people are just bitching about so many products and ads in it when the first one had just as many. God forbid. People just act like it's so perfect. Just like the same people who hate the sequels will say that the prequels are good. And I'm like, are you sure? Because the sequels are flawed. Like, I love The Force Awakens. I thought that The Last Jedi was not great, but I respected it more. And I thought The Rise of Skywalker blew chunks because it was pretty much directionless and it was pretty much fan fiction with a budget. Hi, Playdom, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. Sorry, I'm in the middle of a rant here, like, holy I'm just in the middle of a rant here. Like, I don't get just because like something is so bad, people are just like, well, in hindsight, it's good. In hindsight, like the prequels are good because the sequel trilogy was so bad. Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure? Because the prequels are very, very poor. You know? I'm just genuinely so tired of that. Like, you all like the prequels just because the sequels weren't great. Well, newsflash, the prequels aren't good either. The prequels absolutely are not good. Like the first one, if you like put into context of the Skywalker saga, it doesn't add up. Like, why did you make him a kid in that first movie? You just went a little too far. You know, make him a teenager. It's gonna be okay if you make him a teenager. There's nothing that said you could have just made him a teenager. Like, get Hayden Christensen. You know, get an actor. You know, get an older actor. But Playdom, I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay. I don't know why I keep saying but yeah, I hope you're doing absolutely okay. I apologize for the rant, but yeah, some people just genuinely think something is good just because other things are so bad. You know, same people who harassed, who harassed Ahmed Best when the prequels came out. You know, I understand if you liked the prequels as a kid, but even people who liked the prequels as a kid could admit that there are flaws. Like there are movies I absolutely love as a kid, but I can easily say even when I was in college there were flaws. Like again, like yeah, I grew up watching Space Jam, and I could see the flaws like later on. Yeah, I'm just so tired of people just saying, "Oh, like you're ruining my child." No one's ruining your childhood. Absolutely, no one's ruining your childhood. That's pretty much like that's really weird at this point. You know, you're being very weird. Um, they're ruining my childhood. Okay, here's the thing. They're not ruining your childhood by making a remake of your song, of your show. They're helping somebody make theirs. And, like, honestly, the sooner you know that, the better it is going to be for everyone. You know? Like, good God, just go to sleep. Um, yeah, it was just. Um, but yeah, I forgot what else I was gonna say. Yeah, I forgot what else I was gonna say, but yeah, point is, don't let nostalgia actually cloud everything that you hold dear. Because you will have those nostalgia goggles. Like, everybody is like, but everything was so much easier as a kid. It's like, I don't want to go back to being a kid. A lot of people are like, I want to be a kid again. No, I don't. I don't want to go back. Don't make me go back in the box. You know? Because I didn't get to do a lot when I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, after the weekend, everybody I knew was talking about stuff. Like, so after the weekend on Monday, we would actually be in a circle. We would talk about things we did over the weekend. And everybody, like mostly everybody, had stuff that they were doing, like hanging out with friends, doing stuff, like hanging around. And I just felt left out because I, despite the fact that I lived in a semi small town, or at least around, not around the school, but everybody had to live around the school or something, I felt left out. I genuinely felt left out because even my close friends were doing things, and I felt genuinely like, it absolutely sucked. Like, I don't want to go back to when I was a child, you know? Like, as a child, I never got to like buy any games that I wanted, and I never got to buy any of the albums that I wanted, you know? Like, like, my childhood wasn't all that bad, but still, like, everybody just says like their childhood was so special. Like, I was bullied, I was alone, I was depressed a lot. Like, there was like periods of time where I would absolutely be depressed, you know? Like, I would not talk to anyone for like 3 weeks, and then I'd be okay again. And I just thought that was weird. That usually just happens. I just thought it happens, and then that was it. Like, I'd be depressed for at least 2 periods of every school year, and that would be it. Just being quiet. And I was like very, very idiotic, But still, I was at least like, the only way I would see my friends is in school. And a lot of people in my class did not like class or school. And I thought it was pretty much the only way I could actually like be around people, you know? Like, again, I used to go to school 6 days a week. 5 days a week was Catholic school, and then one day a week was Muslim school. And guess what I actually put more attention into? Yeah, that's right. Um, Definitely not Muslim school, but yeah, like, I'm genuinely just tired of people. I mean, some people just don't realize that their childhood was not perfect. It was fine, but it was not perfect. you know? Like, yeah, I genuinely just hope that. Yeah, like, even as a kid, I got my albums taken away. Like, somebody bought me an album with a parental advisory sticker, and my dad was like, "Oh, no, you don't." And then, yeah, um, I made it. What's up, cutie pie? Hi, Cloak. How are you? Welcome on in. Let me give you a shout out. If you're not following Cloak, go follow him. He is absolutely the bee's knees. He has played stuff like a Borderlands game. I think you played a Final Fantasy game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether or not. Sorry I don't make your streams because I'm usually working. Or at least trying to work. But I hope you're doing okay after all. You play a lot of star stuffer. You're playing a lot of stuffer. Exactly. Thank you for shouting. Anytime. Hopefully your weekend is gonna do fine because it is Friday. It's Friday, right? It's Saturday. Whoops. Okay, I may have missed a day. I don't remember much. All I remember from Friday was streaming and getting my blood test. Then I had a tall glass of water. And then I passed out in bed. And I don't know if it was me, but there was a smell from my pillow that I should probably wash, but then again, it is me after all. Damn, day from hell at work and needed a shower. Too many man children to clean up after. Oh God, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Playdom. I hope the rest of your day goes absolutely well. I'm a tall glass of water. Okay, so for those of you who do not know what a tall glass of water is, I'm guessing everybody has two instances. One is pretty much like, oh, there's a handsome tall glass of water, or a damn fine drink of water. But for me, this is a tall glass of water. I got this phrasing from, this is a tall glass of water. Like having a joint, I got that reference from a podcast I listened to called We Hate Movies, and this was back when they still had day jobs, so they actually just said tall glass of water, which meant like, it's one of those. So yeah, it was pretty much like that. So I've just begun to say the term tall glass of water, and it was fun. It was absolutely fun. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. But Playdom, I really hope that your day gets better after like work. After working, I really hope your day gets better. Um, because things can only go up? Question mark. And yeah, I was just talking about the fact that yes, that's what I meant, weed or something. What do you mean by something? Are you talking about alcohol? Um, but yeah, I was just talking about how some people actually are complaining about how things from their childhood are ruined because they rebooted something. Nah, I barely drink. Okay, I don't drink either. I drink water and milk. I did have 2 glasses of wine though. I don't even drink wine. I haven't actually drank wine since a few years ago when there was the National Reading Week. And all I did was stay in my bed with a bottle of wine, reading, and just like genuinely having my CD on, and just yeah, just that was it. Just in my room and reading with a glass of wine. So basically, even as a kid, I was just like, yeah, I was a 40-year-old. Well, somebody gave me a keg of wine, so I'm not like going to drink it. That's totally fair. Um, it's a keg of wine. Okay, that's new to me. Like, I understand a beer keg, but a keg of wine? Oh wait, no, that's actually a thing. Never mind. Forget what I said. A keg of wine is actually a thing. Whoops. That's a big whoops. Sorry about that. I may have overreacted, but not underreacted. Yes, a stick stool like 5. Wow. Okay, that is a lot. That is a legitimate lot. I'm not gonna lie, that is a lot. But hopefully you can take care of it, and you don't have to worry about drinks though. At least you don't have to worry about drinks. Excuse me. Oh god, I don't know where that came from. Um but yeah, I was talking about how certain people are so standoffish about their childhood that somebody like whenever something from somebody's childhood comes out as a reboot, those people are like, this is ruining my childhood. Like the Powerpuff Girls. I grew up with the Powerpuff Girls when I was much younger. That's all I can say. I grew up with the Powerpuff Girls much, much, much younger. And I liked it, and then the reboot came out, and I'm like, whatever. And then certain people are like, this is ruining my childhood. And I said this before. They're not ruining your childhood, they're helping somebody else make theirs. The local brewery tried their hand on wine. The main dude was gonna toss it because it got wild yeast. I'm like, ew. Oh, wild yeast. Okay, give me that ish. Okay, that's fair. That's totally fair. I really need to put this down. I absolutely need to put this down because it's a fidget spinner at this point, and I'm so sick and tired of like touching that. Stop touching it, Kiara. Stop touching it. Stop it. You're a grown woman now. You're a grown woman. At least I think so. It's a pretty strong red. Oh, that's totally fair. You know? I do not know my alcohol. Like, the only alcohol I would actually drink is hard root beer. And, yeah, hard root beer. Because it's basically root beer because, like, you drink it as root beer, and the moment you stop, you can taste the alcohol. You know? And I've only gotten drunk once, and I remember swimming back to shore thinking, Hamburglar costumes are heavy when they're wet. I love root beer as well. I remember drinking a lot of root beer as a kid, and I remember swimming back to shore thinking, no more drinking while riding a shopping cart. But yeah, like, even as a kid, I loved root beer. Like, loved it. I remember one time my sister tried to get me in trouble. So she took the root beer in the fridge and she emptied it out into the sink and put them all in plastic bag in a big Ziploc bag, like a Ziploc bag the size of this of like the size of this like this size, and she put all the empty cans in that Ziploc and she put it under my bed. And I don't know whether or not I got in trouble for it, but considering the fact that they were just crushed, and I don't know why she would actually just put them all in a Ziploc bag. Because usually, whenever I actually like take some pop in the fridge, I would actually have it like under the bed, but I would not put it in a Ziploc bag. It would be all over the place. I used to love Dad's root beer back in the day, probably because I didn't have a dad. Mmm. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear. I never had Dad's root beer. Um, I had. No, I didn't have Dad's root beer. Um, I've been drinking Kool-Aid recently. I don't know why. I got a hankering for it. My God. It's been like 15 years. I know, but I'm just I'm just pretty shocked at the drinking Kool-Aid recently. You are the only person, you are the only adult who I know who has drinking root beer recently. Like, you are the only person I know. Like, everybody else I know is drinking alcohol, root beer, iced tea, or whatever. Even Sunny D. Yeah, you are the only person I know who's an adult who is drinking root beer. I mean, Kool-Aid, not root beer. Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, not root beer. I mean, you're the only person who's an adult who is drinking Kool-Aid. I don't know any other adult. And Kool-Aid isn't bad. I just don't know any other adult who's drinking Kool-Aid. Root beer is gangster, and I'm tired of people saying it's not. And by people I don't know, people I made up. But yeah, I remember the last time, like, for me, it was Sunny D. And let me tell you, I am so glad that they toned the formula for Sunny D down. I'm absolutely glad, because the last time I had Sunny D many years ago, it was so sweet that it was just, I actually had to put it away. Like, Sunny D, before it was fixed, was so sugary sweet that I couldn't drink anymore. And then, like, a few months ago, when I was with my mom at the house, at the old house, I drank some Sunny D. I'm like, oh, thank God they fixed it. Oh man, we have an A&W out here. Those floats from my fountain, my God. Oh God, now you're making me thirsty. A&W root beer. I wonder if I can actually order some root beer from A&W. I wonder if I can. Absolutely. But it's not this. But it's not the same. Here's the thing: root beer out of a can is not the same as root beer fresh. Like root beer on tap. Just drink it out of the tap. It's not as fresh. Like, you can even get the root beer in a can when it's cold. but it's still not the same. I have that effect on women. Careful, I have a boyfriend. A boyfriend who is at a wedding? At his sister's wedding. So yeah, my boyfriend is at his sister's wedding, and he told me he's just swimming back to shore. Um, but yeah, I would have went. The thing is, um, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Due to my dysphoria, I don't want to like. I don't like. Here's the thing. His dad does not know I'm trans. That is the issue. Like when I went to the last wedding with him because his friend was getting married and so his dad wasn't there. My boyfriend's dad was not there. So I got to wear whatever I want so the girls could be showing. Um that and the entire family, most of the family, the immediate family knows. Here's the thing. The immediate family knows that we're dating. But his dad does not know I'm dating him, and he does not know I'm trans. And just in case, here's the thing, just in case. And if I went, I would have had to wear a suit, which is fine. I would have been okay with wearing a suit. The issue is my dysphoria is not letting me even wear amazing feminine clothes. You know? Even with amazing feminine clothes, I can't. Because my dysphoria is currently making me on fire. Like, honestly, I feel bloated. I feel dysphoric. So, honestly, I wouldn't have been able to go even if I wanted to. You know? Like, I genuinely do not like how I feel. So, it's just that. So, it's not on him. If his dad wasn't there, I don't think I would have went anyways. I don't think I'm like honestly, I don't think I'm super thin. I'm genuinely I do not I personally don't see anything. You know, I genuinely do not see anything. Cuz when you're dysphoric, all you see are the flaws. Hence why I don't actually look in the mirror like when I shave or whatever. I usually shave in the shower so I wouldn't actually have to look. I'm used to it. I've been doing it for like the past I've been shaving in the shower for even before. Here's the thing. I've been shaving in the shower even before I came out as trans because I genuinely do not want I'd rather just kill two stones with one stone. I mean, two birds with one stone. Take a shower and then shave and then like have it all just wash off, you know? I'd rather just have that. Um Nobody thinks they're super thin. Doesn't matter gender, just a human thing. I still just don't think so, you know? I'm still bloated. I'm still genuinely bloated, hence why I'm in therapy right now. Like my boyfriend, like the reason as to why I didn't stream for several months is because I was really dysphoric. I did not want to be on camera. And sometimes I would just be in bed crying because I just hated how I felt. Thank you. I honestly don't think so. Like, I got out of the shower before I started streaming. I shaved. I put on lipstick. I would have put on eyeshadow, but the problem is sometimes I itch and I forget that I'm wearing eyeshadow. I'm like, oh God, you know? Like, I know that I've changed. The problem is I genuinely do not like how I feel. Like, I am glad that I'm on HRT for the past 3 years or so. I, I genuinely am just so sick and tired of feeling dysphoric no matter what. Just be yourself. You're great. Thank you. You're absolutely great too. You're all amazing. My personal problem is even though even though I would be able to agree, my thought is like you can't agree. Like my thought process is like, nah, like no, you know? Like my thought process is no, you know? Um it genuinely just hurts sometimes, you know? And it's nothing against anyone. I'm just kind of my head is just, you know? Like sometimes I'm like I don't know, like I wish I was like other trans women who are just absolutely amazing. And then I'm like I don't know how other trans women can stomach dysphoria. Then it turns out that other trans women absolutely have dysphoria. And I'm like, how? You're absolutely amazing. And yeah, we all hurt. Yeah, I know we're all human, but God, I just want to take out my dysphoria, put it into a personification, and just, kick it in the nuts, punch its teeth out, take its eyeballs out, you know, just constantly shoot it in the testicles, set it on fire, piss on the ashes, set the ashes on fire, piss on the pissed ashes, set the pissed ashes on fire, then run it over with asphalt, run it over with a steam fault, make it asphalt, piss on the asphalt, set the asphalt on fire, and then, leave it for it to be evaporated. I know that's overkill, but that's kind of what I want to do, you know? Because I'm tired. I'm tired of feeling this way. But it's whatever. It takes time. I still have the boy mode for work, so that used to be triggering my dysphoria. Like, it sucks. I'm sorry that you still have to boy mode. Like, at the job that I was at before I moved, I was in girl mode. I had lipstick and eyeshadow and really nice clothing. I worked at a warehouse and I liked it working at a warehouse, but I still felt dysphoric. Like I was at my ideal weight. I actually was fine. I was actually like looked fine. I wore makeup. My hair was like this, you know? I wore clothes. I actually could show off the girls, not naked or whatever, but I could actually like at my first job when I was growing them, I actually had to hide them, you know? I actually had to wear baggier clothes a little bit. And then with my last job, I actually got to wear tighter clothes and I could like people knew I was a girl, you know? Um but like and yet I was still dysphoria I still dysphoric due to the fact that I was just not in the right head. Thank you for the donation to the Trevor Project, Cloak. Oh crap. Okay, if I get to okay, so here's the thing about the Trevor Project, about the goal. If we get to $250, I will play Among Us. No, I will do an 8-hour stream, an 8-hour early stream. My last dollar? Oh, you didn't have to. If you didn't have to spend your last dollar. You absolutely didn't have to spend your last dollar, but thank you. It's again for a good cause. But you didn't have to spend your last dollar if it was your last dollar. I'm so But thank you. But if we get to $150, I will do an 8-hour early stream. So I will get up at 2 in the morning and I will stream until 10. I don't know how that's going to happen, but I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. If we get to 500, I will stream for. Yeah, I will do two straight streams where I will do two straight 8-hour streams. Or I will just do a 16-hour stream. A 16-hour early stream. No, that's not an early stream. That's just a regular stream that's longer than usual. I'll just play Dead by Daylight, I guess. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'll just do a 16-hour just chatting stream, maybe. Joking, I have at least 3 more. Oh, okay, that's fair. Play Dark Souls. Dark Souls. No, not again. Don't make me go back. Sorry. I haven't beaten Dark Souls yet. It's been 3 years. It's been 3 years since I started Dark Souls. It's been 3 very painful Dark Souls years. So much controller throwing, so much near broken controllers, so much screaming. I'm sorry, I can't play Dark Souls. Not anytime soon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. No. No. I'd love to, but no. There are people who are better at me at Dark Souls than me. Absolutely better. I actually I actually have 2 files on my Xbox One for Dark Souls. One which I have leveled up at the beginning of the game so I could play it when I stream it, and the other was just, me playing the game as it went along. Just playing the game and trying to figure out what went where or where do I go. And that takes a lot. Like, I'm not as good at games as anybody. That's why there's a reason why I don't stream games. It's because I am not that good at them. Again, actually, this used to be a Fallout stream, and even then, I was not good at Fallout. I played Fallout 3, 4, 76, and New Vegas. I was not good at any of them. I was good at talking a lot. Hence why I do just chatting streams, because I don't have to have a controller and I don't have to have a particular target, you know? But yeah, I'm not as good at games as you might think. Like, I would prefer playing by myself. That didn't come out right, but you know what I mean. I prefer playing games on my own. Like playing games on my own, like there's a reason as to why I usually just play games when my boyfriend isn't around, so I could actually like not be micromanaged, you know? Like Fallout 76. Sometimes he's not, whenever he's not here, sometimes I just play, and it's just something that I personally want to do. Just like Baldur's Gate 3. Like the last time I played Baldur's Gate 3, which was by myself, I wanted to play it on my own. And, like my boyfriend played Baldur's Gate 3 a lot. He's still playing it. He has put in about 60 or so hours into that game, which, in his defense, he actually leaves the game on for an hours at a time. An hours at a time? And, like, even he gets to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? He gets to play, he got to play Baldur's Gate 3 on his own. And he gets to play it how he wants. And I want to play it how I want. And he's like, can you do this? Can you go here? Just go here. Just go here. Just please go here. And I'm like, okay, you got to play it by yourself. You get to do whatever you want. I want to do what I want in this game. You convince me. You absolutely convince me to play Baldur's Gate 3. Do not get in the way. Please. I want to do what I want. You know? nobody told you how to play a game. Let me figure out how to play a game. And then he ends up telling my friends about me playing Baldur's Gate 3, despite the fact that I didn't want anyone to know yet. And so I remember the last time I played Baldur's Gate 3, I was on the couch playing. He was on his PC DMing uh, Dungeons and Dragons session. And while he was DMing, he was looking at the TV and he's like he's telling everybody what I'm doing. And he's also being like, everybody's telling you to not do that. And I'm like, can I just play how I want to play? I play how I want, what I want. Exactly. I personally would rather just play what I want, you know? I don't want anybody to be, I don't want to be like, yeah, yeah, it's not how I want, you know? Like, I tell people, don't backseat game me, you know? Like, nobody backseat gamed you. Don't do it to me. Because it's absolutely frustrating, you know? I'd rather not be frustrated by backseat. I'd rather not be backseat gamed. I would rather just do what I want. You know, everybody has their own way of playing. Like, unless I asked him for help, I want to do what I want. You know? Um, it's exhausting. I love him, but sometimes it's exhausting. It's like, just leave it. It's okay to just leave me alone. It's like, if you don't leave me alone, I get to punch you. I absolutely get to punch you. I know that's kind of abuse, but I keep warning you over and over again. I'm kidding, of course, but God, it's frustrating. It's like, yeah, but I just wanted to help. You know, I'll ask for help. I will absolutely ask for help, but just not when I'm doing something. It's depressing me. Where was I? I forgot where was I. Sorry. Sorry for the rant. Yeah, I apologize for the rant. But you know, that's pretty much how it is. Like, again, my boyfriend is out at his sister's wedding. And, yeah, it's a lot cleaner here without the shark. Um, Amazingly enough, like, he bought a shark, one of those sharks where you can put on the wall. Not Blahaj, but a shark that makes it appear that it's coming through the wall. Like, its tail would be on one part of the wall. Like, how about that? It's like, pretend this is the wall. The shark's tail will be, like, coming from here, and the other shark, the one half of the shark, the tail end would come from here, and then the other part would actually come from here. Like, it's middle, like the middle part would be submerged, and he bought it like a few months ago for his sister for the wedding, and he opened it, which is something I don't know. I personally do not know why he opened it. I thought it was for us until he told me that that was the wedding gift for his sister. I'm like, wait, why would you open it? And he's like, so I can see what's inside. I'm like, why would you open it? You know, even if you opened it, why did you leave it out? It was on the table for like months. I didn't know that it was for her. Yeah, it was on that table for months. Like, there was a risk of it getting broken. And I'm like, why? You know, it's like, why? But you know, family though, what you gonna do? Put a CD in? I don't think that anyone, like, I don't think that his sister, um, puts in CDs. Put a CD in. Um, I don't want to be copyrighted. That's the problem. Like that's the problem. I don't want to be copywritten, and like I don't want to go into the drawers right now and get it, even though it's right beside me. I mean, in front of me is just nothing but Mars Volta albums, the first three, and yeah, I don't want to be copyrighted. You know, they won't strike you. You just mute your VOD. Yeah, but still, like honestly, still, you know. These albums are like 60 minutes long, and this is going to be the stream itself is only going to be 28 minutes left. Like, there's only going to be 28 minutes left, so I don't know as to why. I'd rather not put on a CD right now. This isn't a music stream. I mean, for anyone else, it's fine, but I genuinely don't want to. I saw Mars Volta live. That wasn't impressive. Totally fair. Honestly, that's totally fair. Like, Mars Volta live is like Tool live. Like, Tool live. Like, some people will say that they're good, but others will say that they're absolutely awful. They're both right. It depends on the energy and the mix. Like, the mix in a lot of their shows are very, very varied. They're absolutely varied, you know? Like with all those musicians on stage, it's like Bixa didn't come out and play for 40 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I could argue that they're getting older, but still, like they still have a lot of energy. Um, but like, yeah, like sometimes it's just not. There's some low effort involved. Um, you saw them in 2006. That's why. Yeah, that's pretty much why. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why. I think there's okay. 2006. Yeah, there's a reason. Hold on. Let me see if something is adding up. Hold on. Let me see something. It might be adding up to something. Um. Omar had a comical pedal board though. Yeah, that's because back then, before, so 2006 was when the Mars Volta was touring with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This was during their what's it called? Francis the Mute. It was during their Francis the Mute era. So you said 2006. This was during. Yeah, this is during their. This was after their Francis the Mute. Yeah. Okay. So it was 2006. They finished the majority of touring from Francis the Mute, and then they recorded and what became Amputexture, which came out in 2006. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I want to say I saw System of a Down. It might have been 2005. Okay. Um, I think there's a genuine reason as to what happened. Okay, so 2007. Let me check something. Like Omar's setup is crazy because this was around the time where he still hated the guitar, like he treated the guitar like an enemy. So it was to like if you said it might have been 2005, um, but it was probably 2006 as well. Let me see something. I'm gonna try and figure something out here. Um, System of a Down. So this was during Francis the Mute. Um, Hold on a minute. Yeah, there. Okay, so here it is. Mid 2005, they toured in support of Francis the Mute with System of a Down and curated the All Tomorrow's Parties festival at Canberra Sands. So you were right. It was during mid 2005. 2006 was when they toured with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, that makes sense. Um, because like Yeah, it was like in 2006 they were pretty much kind of like on the off slope because they were making, oh, how about that? Like they came out with two albums back to back. That explains so much. That actually explains so much. It was in Hampton, I think. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So Francis the Mute came out in 2005 and Amputecture came out in 2006. And so there was probably a lot of burnout there, considering their first album came out in 2003 and like they were touring a lot and they were like really, really drugged out. They were a bit drugged out, and one of their members, I think his name was Jeremy Michael Ward, died of a drug overdose in 2003. And that was pretty much them actually like stop using drugs. And so I think in 2005, Cedric was pretty much like getting clean, I think. Or it was just like not great because if you said 2006 that you saw them in, um, there was that issue with the Bedlam and Goliath and the Goliath and Bedlam, was it what's called? Hold on, the Bedlam and Goliath. That's what it was called. Yeah, a lot of people here it's split. Like you either love at the drive-in or Mars Volta. I can see both I could absolutely see both arguments. But I genuinely do like the story of their fourth album because it is absolute even though you can see it as a story, it is pretty creepy about what was going on in that album. I know I should probably get into At the Drive-In, though the first album I would probably get is um not what was it called? I forgot. What was it called? How do I forget? Um Relationship at Command? What was it called? Um oh god, it was right there. It was right there. Relationship of Command. Relationship of Command. That's what it was called. Relationship of Command. That's the album I want to get if I find it. Do you remember that Flash game where you played as Cedric flinging vinyl records at people? This is the first time hearing about it. I'm hearing about it right now. Um, I never really got into Flash games. Like, I never got into Flash games because they were not for me. Like, Flash games were like, I'm okay. You know? Um, yeah, I was genuinely not really much into Flash games, but it sounds very 2000s. And at the drive-in, like again, I should probably get Relationship of Command because when I heard One Arm Scissor, I was just like, this is absolutely this goes hard. I found it was called Emo Game. That makes sense. What the hell? In a series of early 2000s browser games about emo subculture, the player, as a series of figureheads from emo and indie rock bands, fight through levels of enemies with bad taste of music. For example, as Dashboard Confessional's Chris Cabrera and Bright Eyes Connor Oberst, the players throw vinyl record projectile at fans of Dave Matthews Band and the members of Creed on the way to rescue the Get Up Kids from Aerosmith's Steven Tyler. Yeah, this is definitely an early 2000s game. And what's wrong with the Dave Matthews? Like, oh, okay, that's what I probably didn't like. As much as I'm not a fan of the Dave Matthews Band and the members of and Creed, I'm guessing it was for fun. You know what? I'm just gonna pretend that it was just for fun. You know, I'll just say it was. It seemed like a fun game at the time. Apparently, there's a video here called Emo Game. This game is actual garbage. Let's see how it plays. I want to see how this plays.
As a society, we've grown from there. This game is very much a time capsule of the era And if that kind of shock humor isn't for you,
Okay, hold
this
on. Let me see.
episode might
Emo
not be for
game.
you.
Okay, let's see how it is. Cedric was a playable character. I dug that ish from the back of my brain. Take that, weed. This seemed like something from a different era. I want to see the video essay later on. Holy mother of God. Yeah, that... You need to stream this. I don't stream games.
Yeah, I know.
Here's the thing. I don't have the setup to stream games. Yeah, I absolutely do not stream games at all. Worse. But yeah, but nobody's streaming emo games. Here's the thing. That's the problem. I don't want to risk my PC. My PC is running fine for now, but I don't want to put any games on it. That's the problem. You know? If you want to stream it, that's totally fine. I personally can't because I don't want to risk anything. I absolutely don't want to risk even if you say that is running on nothing. I just can't. I cannot risk it. Because before, I've actually been told by people, it's going to run on nothing. And then everything just started slowing down soon after I started playing the game. And this was back when I had a computer that ran amazing. And then it's like, hey, why don't you have this, on your computer? Nobody's, it's not going to do anything. And then, I don't know, it just started to go to crap afterwards. It did not help. That's a Flash game from 2000 though. Still, absolutely still. This ran on a Nokia, not on my computer. Certain games did not run well on my computer. Most games didn't. I used to play CD-ROMs when I was a child, and it was very, very slow. Even back then it was very slow, and sometimes it would crash the computer. So I am not risking it here. There's a reason why I don't play games on my PC. I am genuinely not risking it. Even my boyfriend is just begging me to play Baldur's Gate 3 on my PC. I'm like, that's gonna kill it. And then he's like, no, it's not. And I constantly told him, it's gonna kill my PC. It's not a gaming PC. And he's like, just do it. It's gonna be fine. And then I did end up installing it. And it ended up not only making my computer slow, but it crashed my computer 3 times. So no, I cannot. But yeah, but you need a sugar daddy to buy you a new one. I don't need a sugar daddy. I'm gonna get my own money. I should not have done that. I already have my own money. I will get my own things. I do not want my sugar daddy, my boyfriend. I do not want my boyfriend to, I don't want my boyfriend to buy me anything. I buy my own, everything here is mine. How dare you zap me, Aziz? You brought the black woman out of me. You brought the sassy black woman out of me. You happy? Good Lord. Um, but I bought everything here. The TV, okay, the desk is not mine. This was something we shared. The PC I bought, the a lot of it I bought. I bought a lot of it. Like, jokes on you, that's my favorite type of black woman. Ooh. Sadly I am not a sassy black woman. I just like doing that sometimes because nobody's gonna take me seriously. I don't do the sassy black woman because I'm more of a somewhat goth black woman sometimes. Could do with a handsome sugar daddy myself. That's totally fair. Um, I don't need a sugar daddy. I have a job. I just genuinely, I don't need a man to just like buy me things. I'll buy my man things. I don't know why I said that. I'll buy my boyfriend things, you know? Yeah, I'll absolutely buy him things. I'm like a 1/4 cup of sugar. This is like Bender Rodriguez from Futurama. Sugar? I'm 80% sugar. Um, like, it's like, holy mother of God. Yeah, I don't need a sugar daddy. My mom always told me don't depend on anybody. I like a free meal. I'm fiercely independent though. I can't I I can't do the free meal thing. I Either me or my boyfriend will make something and that's it. I have luscious locks though, and you absolutely have. Like, I'm bisexual and here's the thing. I'm bisexual and I like I said, I like guys and girls and non-binary people. So I'm a little more than bisexual. I have a certain type of girl that I like, and I have a certain type of guy that I like. Um, I don't know why. For some reason, I really like guys with long hair. I don't know why. And I like girls. I just like girls too. I like guys with long hair, and I just like girls. Technically pansexual, just prefer girls. That's fair. I prefer I prefer I don't care as long as like they are absolutely amazing. I didn't think I would be into my boyfriend, but he also has long hair as well. He has long hair and like I didn't think he was my type, but holy crumbs, you know? Um but yeah, we both love each other. I'm genuinely surprised that he sees me for a woman cuz I don't see myself as a woman even though he and a lot of other people do. My hair has never been this long. I have no idea it was this curly. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens when your hair absolutely gets long. Like, I never knew that my hair would actually get this long. Like, I used to have cornrows like Snoop Dogg. I used to look like Snoop Dogg. I've shown everybody here pictures of what I used to look like before estrogen. Like, I can even show you. I could absolutely show you what I looked like back before I had estrogen. Like, look at this. Like, would take a special man to nab me, and like, that that special man is gonna. When that special man nabs you, that man will be a keeper. Man, I should get some rose. I could have some dope ass hang time. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. Naturally have mad curls and ringlets. Go for it. Absolutely. Both of you look absolutely fine. Damn, I need that burgundy sweater though. This sweater is not mine. This was not my sweater. This is my dad's. And and here's the thing. Despite the cornrows, I never would get caught dead. This was when I was in high school. And this was like before I went to Nigeria. In high school, I would never be caught wearing this. This is something my dad would wear. Everything I wore was either kind of ratty or all in black. I never had this necklace. Like, this whole setup was my dad's. Um, so yeah, this was pretty much me, a few years ago. So yeah, that's how I looked like. And this is pretty much what happens when I am on 3 years of estrogen. There's a noticeable difference, but I'm still pair that with some black slacks and Doc Martens where you dripping. Oh yeah, about that. Well, I do. Oh, hang on. I do have the Doc Martens though. Like, my sisters gave me a pair of Doc Martens a couple of years ago. Makes me feel so much taller. Like, yeah, Doc Martens. Mostly because for some reason I wear all black and I'm like, excellent. Soon I'm just gonna get another pair because, quite frankly, I want another pair. Thank my sister. Absolutely thank my sister. Both my sisters. Like, my dad was like, hey, I was gonna get you a pair of Doc Martens, but yeah, he never did. Which is fine, but he kept saying he was going to, but he never did. Again, that's fine. Perfectly reasonable. Because Doc Martens are expensive. They are absolutely expensive. I have a lot of number one joint for a white guy, to be honest. Hey, if you and my dad met, you would have absolutely bonded over shoes, because my dad has a lot of sneakers. Because, he's a basketball person, so it's like, yeah, he is really into the sneakers, and I'm like, okay, that's fair. I'm absolutely not going to judge him, considering that I collect albums, so I'm not gonna judge. Like, I collect albums and books. Those are my fave. Jordan was my guy when I was little. I had so many jerseys, even the Space Jam one. I was talking about Space Jam earlier. Yeah, I was just talking about Space Jam earlier, and like, it was amazing. Um, like, yeah, I watched both of them not too long ago, and I'm like, I grew up with the first one. I watched the first one when I was a kid, and I'm like, okay, that was fine. Um, I'm genuinely not sure why people are giving so much crap to the new Space Jam. You know, like, I genuinely do not know why. I remember the first Gulf War kicked up. I was super mad. My mom turned off the Bulls game. Yeah, that's something you shouldn't do. Like, even in a basketball game, that's something you should not do, especially when you're just like watching your favorite team play sports. Um, yeah, I just don't know why people give like Space Jam a new legacy crap um, for their dated references and like so much IPs and so much cringeworthy humor. Even though the first Space Jam, a movie that I grew up with, had the exact same thing. So let's see. First Space Jam had a basketball player who couldn't act. Well, a basketball player who is live action, playing with the Looney Tunes in a game of basketball against, other cartoon characters. And then there was advertisements all over the place and many, basketball cameos. And then Space Jam: A New Legacy had the same thing, and yet people complained. And considering that A New Legacy actually takes place kind of over the internet, I'm pretty sure that it should be noted. Yeah, but Jordan had mad charisma though. So here's that's the thing. That's absolutely the thing. LeBron James has charisma. Like like LeBron James absolutely has more charisma in movies and on the court. Jordan is a legend, and he has charisma, but LeBron James has his own thing going on. He does have charisma, and he also has it on screen too. You know? Like, yes, Jordan had Bill Murray, but Jordan also had Wayne Knight. Murray and Wayne Knight. Jordan actually was Michael Jordan in Space Jam was pretty much like Jerry Seinfeld on Seinfeld. Yes, he was fine. He was fine. Absolutely, he was fine. But he was surrounded by so many other creative people surrounding him. You know, like right down to the fact that Wayne Knight is in both Seinfeld and Space Jam. Hell, Space Jam and Seinfeld both have the same number of letters. Jordan is the GOAT. Yeah, Jordan is the GOAT, like pretty much. But here's the thing. Here's the worst thing about a new legacy. LeBron James was really good in Trainwreck, the Amy Schumer movie that probably nobody else knows. He was in Trainwreck. He absolutely is charismatic. He's funny in that movie. Him playing basketball with Bill Hader in that scene is genuinely funny. Like, LeBron James absolutely can be funny. He was funny on SNL, where he actually was in a sketch with like Bill Hader. Like, LeBron James has a colorful personality on the court. He absolutely does. He's a good player. He can act. He can do comedy. The problem with the movie was that they made him robotic. They gave him a character that does not play to his strengths. The NBA played to his strengths. Trainwreck played to his strengths. Space Jam 2 does not. They just made him this fuddy-duddy, all you have to do is put in the work and you'll get better. You have to put in the work. And it's like, that's not you. If they actually let him be the personality that he was on court, then it would have been fine. That was pretty much the issue. It wasn't his fault. I still will just like go to court, no pun intended, for LeBron in that movie. Not his fault. You know? Bron chased championships where, had he stayed in Cleveland, my respect for him would have been way more. I mean, some people don't like LeBron, but I do have a soft spot for him. Probably my favorite was James Vanderbeek where he played himself. Yeah, pretty much where he played himself, you know? That's called Adam Westing. And here's the thing, at the very least, Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23 was made by actual writers. And James Vanderbeek himself is an actor. He was an actor. He was Adam Westing himself. You know? That's totally fine. LeBron James is not an actor, but he does have presence on screen. And say what you will about Jordan, he does have presence, but it absolutely is a little bit difficult when you're on a green screen and you have to look at people or look at characters that aren't there. But at least Michael Jordan is not a great actor, but at least he tried, you know? Hi, Blopsy, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. And I should probably watch that show, to be perfectly honest, though I get spoiled by it. Also, the first Space Jam basically had the entire Dream Team on it. Yeah, that's pretty much one of the issues of a new legacy, like Barkley, Jordan, Muggsy, Ewing, Larry Johnson, you know? Yeah, the 90s had pretty much most of the Dream Team. Most of it. I don't think... Whenever it's like entire Dream Team, I'm pretty sure you're talking about like Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, like all those people. I'm guessing you're talking about like the Dream Team from like the last good season of the Chicago Bulls. So yeah, like then like here's the thing, the difference is today we don't have a Dream Team in the NBA. Like, that's the issue. We don't have over recognizable names in the NBA. You know? Like, at least with Space Jam, it was pretty much the inspiration of getting the dream team back to. Oh, okay, the 1992 Olympic team. Okay. Was called the dream team. Well, okay, that's fair. Like, honestly, whenever I hear the dream team, I just think of, like, the Chicago Bulls winning that three-peat. You think of the you remember the dream team? Well, we're the mean team, and I'm like, ugh. Oh god. But I wasn't there for the 1992 Olympics. I wouldn't know. Um, but like, yeah, like we don't have that type of team anymore. That's the issue. Like you can't really blame a new legacy for not having a dream team. That's because we haven't had a dream team as far as I know for a long time. Don't trust to be in apartment 23 gifts are literally my stream alerts. I see that every time I go on TV tropes. I genuinely see that every time. Hold on a minute. I should probably watch that one day, maybe. If like I have to like go out of my way to watch that movie because sometimes just watching TV is just watching a show is just too much of an effort sometimes, you know? Yes, I know that it only lasted 2 seasons. And I know that it was executive meddled with because the schedule was all over the place. And I also know that Apartment 23 just so happened to be aired out of order. That's pretty much how I know, just like Ugly Betty. Like, network TV sucked sometimes. Remember The Wizard? Are you talking about the movie? You're talking about the movie with Fred Savage? Um, is that the one you're talking about? The one from 1989? And it had the kid that's kept saying California? And it had Christian Slater and Bo Bridges? Yeah, the Nintendo thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Yes, all of those are a dream team. But Space Jam actually had that to work off with, while A New Legacy didn't have it. So they honestly had people I never heard of. Okay, The Wizard. I never watched it. I just know that it was just a giant advertisement for. It led up to a giant advertisement for Super Mario Brothers 3. Um, I was not born. Yeah, I wasn't. I don't think I was. Hold on. 1989. Yeah, it just missed me. Actually, no, it missed me. I didn't catch that until years later, like when I was in high school. Yeah, that movie just missed me by. Then again, so many movies from my childhood. Maybe One a Power Glove. It's so bad. It definitely was. It didn't work at all. I never played it, but I know everybody complained about the Power Glove, but hey, Nintendo got their money, didn't they? Yeah, at least Nintendo got their money over something that didn't work. Not the last time it would happen, but still. Hold on, it dropped again. Where is it? Um. Uh, but yeah, it's genuinely like, holy mother of God. You know? Um. Lucas looks so badass playing Rad Racer. Too bad it was just footage. Yeah, but yeah, I'm like I'm kidding. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have broken the illusion. But I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like I've only seen clips of it, and I'm like, um, damn it, hold on. Um, yeah, I didn't really care about. Yeah, for some reason I didn't care about any. What's the word I'm looking for? Anything extra. You know, I didn't care about anything extra. Um, yeah, I didn't care about anything extra in terms of video game things. Like, I didn't want a wheel. All I wanted was the system and a controller. You know? I didn't want anything extra. Love me a bad movie. Same here. Like, I used to love watching bad movies all the time. Then I just didn't care. You know? I genuinely did not care. Um, like I used to go out of my way to watch bad movies. Like it's called bile fascination. The worst movie I've ever seen, I don't know. I don't remember. Um, but I'm genuinely just tired of people saying that The Room is the worst movie of all time, and I'm like, you've never seen an actual bad movie. Like there are movies worse than The Room. Like The Room is bad because it's inept in terms of filmmaking and there's so many memes. You know? Why don't you watch a movie like Ballistic X vs. Sever or The Incredible Bulk or Manos the Hands of Fate? I guarantee you nobody I know could get through the entirety of Manos the Hands of Fate. And that is a 65-minute long movie, which I watched 2 times in a row. You know? Like, I'm just tired of people just saying The Room is not the worst movie ever made. It's laughable, but it's not the worst. I grew up with a VHS. I sort of did. We just barely used it. Yeah, we barely use VHS. The Room OMF. I have a friend who constantly quoted that movie, and I got sick of it so much. Like, I'm just tired of people saying The Room is so bad. It's so bad, everybody. I'm like, you've never seen a bad movie in your life. Um, Let me see another terrible movie. I don't want to say Catwoman. I'm just, I don't want to say movies that everybody knows is bad, you know? I genuinely don't want to know movies that are genuinely, you know? Like Robot Monsters bad, Fire Maidens from Outer Space, The Conqueror featuring John Wayne playing Genghis Khan, and it was a movie so bad it killed a lot of people. Literally, a lot of cast and crew were shooting the movie in a desert that was filled with nuclear things. The air was pretty much like it was filmed near the testing range of a nuclear testing range, and many of the people end up dying of cancer. And Plan 9 from Outer Space, and The Creeping Terror, and Monster A Go Go. Like, The Stuff, it's so bad it's good. Let me see, The Stuff. From 1985. Oh, dear God. Garrett Morris is in it? Oh, God, it's a satire of the American lifestyle and consumer society. Don't we have zombie movies that are for that? Wait, it's so bad it's good? Really? Apparently, according to this article, it says it's a satirical science fiction horror film. So they're probably doing everything on purpose. You know, if it was so bad it's good, then they would have like been unintentionally bad. You know? I don't Yeah, I don't think that the stuff is so bad it's good. I think it's just like it's absolutely satirical. You know? So bad it's good is pretty much like something like Catwoman. Like so bad it's good means that it actually was made, but there's so much unintentional humor and things that don't add up and some very bad special effects. Like Battlefield Earth is so bad it's good. Um Catwoman is so bad it's good. What's the word? What's the other one? Um damn it, what's that? Reefer Madness is so bad it's good. Because that movie was so bad it's good because it was so clueless about the dangers of a tall glass of water. Also, Surfer Nazis Must Die had a Mexican Adolf. I'm gonna check something because there's a difference between satire and so bad it's good. Surfer Nazis Must Die from 1987. Exploitation film. Yeah, low budget. Okay, yeah. It's an exploitation action film. Of course there's like a good chance that it's going to be bad or so bad it's good, you know? Of course it's going to be like that. Um but yeah, for me I'm just not into I just stayed away from certain bad movies because I'm just tired of them. I'm genuinely tired of bad movies. Like as a kid, I would watch. I would like after college, I would watch any bad movie because Rotten Tomatoes said it was bad. But this is before I actually had independent thoughts. You know, I just liked something because everybody else liked it. I disliked something because like other people disliked it. You know, like I guarantee you, nobody here knows this movie. It's not a great movie, but it's a movie featuring Cillian Murphy and Lucy Liu. It's called Watching the Detectives. You know? It's not a great movie, but I guarantee you nobody else has ever heard about it. I just enjoy stupidity. Oh, okay, so, like, same here. Hold on. I enjoy stupidity too. Why do you think I have the entire box set of the Jackass show? Except 4. This is before 4 came out. Like, yeah, the entirety of Jackass is in this box set. I absolutely love stupidity. You know, just turn my brain off and just enjoy stupid. But that's just me. But Blopsy, I hope you're doing okay. I don't know if I actually said hi, but I hope you're doing okay. And hopefully your weekend is going to turn out very well. But yeah, at some point I just decided to stop. I just decided to just stop. You know, just stop watching so bad it's good movies. Oh, I'm sorry. Uh. Oh, sorry. OMG, so's 2000. Yeah, I'm gonna be genuinely honest with you about Jackass. Just a bit busy with stuff and things. How dare you say that to me? But I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm just gonna tell you something about Jackass. Like, yes, Jackass is absolutely vulgar, it's over the top, it's stupid, and absolutely disgusting at times. But, and I'm being genuinely serious, Jackass I grew up with and I liked because it just featured friends hanging out, you know? Honestly, like, when I was a kid and I actually started watching Jackass, way after it aired, just seeing people, like seeing a group of people just goofing off, like, working together to just like hurt each other or play pranks on each other or see each other, they just want to make each other laugh, At the end of the day, with the Jackass crew, for all their faults, they just are a bunch of people just wanting to make each other laugh, you know? And, I see a lot of stupidity in Jackass, but yeah, anytime I actually watch something from that, there's like something, there's genuinely something that actually makes me smile because I want to be a part of a crowd or a part of a group that, just wanted to do the same thing, just make each other laugh. Like when I was watching Jackass, I didn't have many friends, and then again, that was my fault because I would try to be the funny person or the class clown, and clearly I wasn't. But yeah, like for me, I just saw Jackass as just like a group of people having fun together, and I wanted to do that in real life, you know? So yeah, like it's disgusting, yeah, but still. You stole my stuff and things? Can't believe it. Blopsy, you betrayed me. Kenny versus Spenny had a trash habit for a bit. Yeah, I used to watch that. Yeah, I used to watch that. I wasn't interested in it as much as I should. Yeah, I wasn't I liked Kenny versus Spenny a bit. I just wasn't really interested as much as I could have been, you know? Um I enjoyed it, but it was just not my cup of tea completely. Maybe if I watched a little, if I was younger, maybe, but I guess I grew out of it a little bit. Um, but yeah, that's just me. That's like, if you like it, that's totally fine. Also, Kevin Spencer. Oh, that show? Oh, God. Yep. I used to see that commercial all the time on Cartoon Network. It did not speak to me at all. But I can guarantee you that's how you do edgy humor. Can we just it did not last 8 seasons, no way. It lasted 8 seasons. Are you kidding me? It lasted 8 seasons? Holy mother of God. I thought Kevin Spencer lasted like 3 seasons tops, but 8 seasons? Oh my God. I'm at a loss for words. I'm genuinely at a loss for words. I want to see a commercial. Hold on. I want to see a commercial for this. The promo. Okay, promo.
Good news, everyone. Spencer's are back.
Oh, God. Hold on. No, this isn't... This...
Get the comedy network. It's in your face. Unnecessary. Cutting it.
Okay, this is not great. Okay, hold on.
Life in the Spencer household hasn't changed a bit. Mommy dearest, outstanding citizen and role model dad, and Kevin the freak. Kevin Spencer.
Okay, this is fine.
Looking for something wild?
I like your enthusiasm. What I don't like is you.
A jolt from reality?
Really?
A burst of twisted TV?
What's it been like having your boy in prison?
We're turning his bedroom into a microbrewery. Well, 3 cheers.
Papa, go get some pop-pop.
For your favorite chain-smoking alcoholic.
You ain't gotta take that, boy.
Sociopath.
Okay, can we send this show... Can we bring this show to Daily Wire and say, this is how you do edgy comedy? Can we just give it to the. Can we just show it to Daily Wire because they clearly don't know what edgy comedy is. Yeah, like. If you want to see cult Australian stuff, John Suffren made some awesome comedy. I think I heard of him. I think so. And I remember not really caring. Hold on. Saffron. Okay, hold on. Let me see something. Yeah. Let me. Oh, God. Let me see something. Why do I keep saying let me see something? It's depressing.
Of course, if all else fails, you can just sit back, relax, and wait for the media to discover you, like a current affair discovered the Paxton family.
How can three young people who say they're desperate for work knock back good jobs in a tropical paradise and still expect to collect the dole?
Shane Paxton, at 18, he's never had a job. And it's the same story for Shane's 17-year-old brother, Mark. There's just no reason to get out of bed.
You don't think you're selling your future out by just not wanting to have your hair cut?
You know, a lot of people have criticised the current affairs techniques for getting a good story, but I've actually learned quite a lot from them.
Good jobs in a tropical paradise.
It's Wednesday morning, and I'm outside Ray Martin's North Sydney home. Now, at this time, most of us would be out of the house and headed for work. But where, oh where, is Ray? We suspect he's in there. That's right, whilst you're off at your 9-to-5 job, the work-shy Ray is still lounging around at home. Now, today we're going to find out exactly when Ray decides it's finally time to leave and go to the office. Now, to keep an accurate time of the exact point when he does leave his home, we've brought along our official timekeeper. Shane Paxton, thanks for joining us.
How are we, John?
Now, what time do you have?
We have 9:15 and still no Ray.
9:15, and where, oh where, is Ray? I'm going to go in. I happen to know that Ray knows who I am, so I've brought along a disguise. My Mike Munro paper mache head. Will you please come out, Mr. Martin? It's 9:30, Mr. Martin. Why aren't you at work? Don't you think you owe ordinary Australians an explanation? Taxpayers, battlers, ordinary hard-working Australians, war veterans, many of them caught in factory machinery, they all have to go to work in the morning. Why aren't you at work in the morning, Mr. Martin? Just answer the question, Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin, we want to ask you a few questions. We want to ask a few questions.
I don't care. Such a sweet person.
Please, just answer the questions. We're on public property.
You know what?
Leave us alone. We're on public property.
You know what?
We're on public property.
I've spoken to somebody in very high places, and you.
Ray, don't. It's not worth it. Don't. Ray. Yeah, Ray, don't. It's not worth it.
Oh, shame.
I should be ashamed. I didn't do anything to your family.
What did I do? Did I do anything to this family?
You set me up. You know you set me up.
Oh, Ray was even away when the bloody story was
Yeah,
on.
put your head to it. Do you understand what you did to our family?
Where's the Jack and walking up my front door? Where's the Jack and my son goes to school up there? All this.
We will not be
That's two
identifying.
different things. Where's the joke with what you did to my family? Where?
We went to a comedy program. Your mother invited us in there, Shane. That was
She
the
didn't.
point.
You weren't invited there on the day you come and camped at the front.
I've just spoken to Roger Grant at the ABC. He says that it is the very thing ABC don't do. It's trespassing on property. It's a private matter. It's got nothing
This is on public property.
No, my house is a property. That is not private.
I saw you
Public
yesterday
property, that's
in
my
the
property.
letterbox.
Why go through my garbage? The teachers ring me up a moment ago saying that you're here going through the garbage.
Ray, your show does that all the time. Your show goes through garbage, your show goes through people's
Which particular garbage? Tell me when. What's this generalisation? Which garbage do you go?
Generalisation, you know what your show does. You know. You went on John Laws the other day and said you don't pay for stories. Your show pays for stories all the time.
Mr. Martin, we wanted to ask why you weren't at work at 9 in the morning.
I have a program that goes on at 6:30 at night. I get home at 8 o'clock at night. The previous night before you trespassed on my property, I was at work until 11:05 doing a special that we're doing shortly. That's the reason why.
Everyone's doing it tough in Australia at the moment,
Absolutely,
though.
we're all doing it tough.
We all have to tighten our belts.
Did you talk to people next door and talk to people in the street? What did you ask them?
No, we didn't ask them anything.
We don't do the...
Didn't speak to anyone?
I didn't go to the right journalism school.
Okay, finished? Finished?
Yes. Sorry, mate. We're going now. You have your last chance to say whatever you want.
I'll set it up.
What the hell did I see? Wait, what did I just see? It's absurd stuff. Okay, then I like some absurdity. It's just flying over my head. Or really good at it. The reason why I'm just like completely off about it is because there are people who do that. Like, there are genuine people who actually do that. So yeah, there are people who actually do that sort of thing. But Blopsy stole my stuff and things, so that makes it okay. I can't improvise. For the life of me, I can't. I'm sorry, God, I can't. I can't. You haven't seen the Obama stuff. Eventually I will. Like, I don't know why, but it's not particularly my type of comedy. Oh, damn it. Blopsy had been waiting to do that. Okay. I, Kiara Strings, am a cute girl who likes to kiss all the pretty boys and all the amazing girls and all the kick-ass non-binary people and put pretty ribbons in my hair and wear skirts to go spinny spin and wear a nice lipstick and nice eyeshadow and hold hand... Okay, fine. I, Kiara Strings, am a cute girl who likes to kiss all the pretty boys and all the amazing girls and all the kick-ass non-binaries. And I like to put pretty ribbons in my hair. And I like to wear skirts that go spinny spin with cute nail polish, amazing lipstick, and amazing eyeshadow. And I like to look cute in front of everybody. Because I am Kiara Strings. Only 2.3 to go back. Oh, God. I always forget to remove that redeem. It's, for some reason, all of you are like, hey, let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it. This is just like that episode of Red versus Blue, where Griff is actually saying similar things, and Sarge is like, this has got to be the best surrender ever. We want you to practice more self-love. Oh, man, it's hard. It's hard. It's difficult when you've been dysphoric for almost a fucking year. I've been struggling with so much dysphoria. I'm trying to self-love. And then I take a cold shower. It's still like it will never be easy, but it can be simple. Oh yeah, absolutely simple, but the simplest things are also the most difficult in our head. You know, sometimes we'll just take multiple steps to get where we want to be instead of using 1 or 2 steps. You know? Hence why I cry in bed sometimes. It's never easy, but it's simple. Simple enough to cry, but you know. Sometimes I compare myself to other trans people and I'm like, God, I'm doing things wrong. You know? Sometimes I just think I'm doing things wrong, even though I'm not. Everybody says I'm not, but sometimes I just think I'm doing so many wrong things. What did you send me? What did you send me, sweetie? Oh, that's not Jordan. Ah, okay.
To cut a long story short, I didn't procure Penny Wong's half Chinese underpants. Hey, Michelle Smith.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good, good. Well,
How did you go? What are they tops?
no, underpants.
They're not that's, no, that, you're not supposed to collect underpants.
What do you mean I'm not supposed to collect underpants?
Undergarments like tops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know.
Alright, so tell me what you've got.
Well, here's the thing. I got, so I got, got 5 Jew underpants, but I'm 1 Eurasian underpants short.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're gotta be kidding.
no, so...
No way.
but for the,
No, not even in the name of science.
really, no, for the experiment, it's important that it...
No way. Alright, your experiment's complete.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. So, what do we do now?
This is really creepy when I think about it.
That was good. Less good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, no good.
Alright, you can take your blindfold off. There's a clear pattern. You prefer Eurasian smell. Does that surprise you?
No, not really at all. But it was good to have it confirmed.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh my god. It's weird mainstream TV in Australia. And yet before you absolutely said that it was cult Australia stuff. So it's cult Australia stuff on mainstream TV. No, that actually makes sense. I mean, wait, no, that actually makes sense. Never mind. Forget what I said. Strike it from the record. There is no record. Never mind. I was supposed to end the stream 2 hours ago, but now it's going to be like, let's do this. Let's make it a 3-hour stream. Because I have nothing else to do for now. I am still working off the high of yesterday. And when I mean high, I mean a tall glass of water. And a jar of peanut butter, apparently. Holy Mother of God. Yeah, that I get why people might find it funny. It's just not for me. It's not my sense of humor, but I get it. But I understand why people would like it. Like, I'm not... Yeah, it's not my type of humor. You know? I understand, but it's not my type of humor. Pretty sure my boyfriend will probably like it. I'm gonna send it to my boyfriend. Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna send the link to my boyfriend. You know, because usually he sends me stuff, so I'm gonna send him stuff. That makes sense, right? Right? Kiara, everyone's leaving. Should I call it in 5 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes? Because seriously, yeah, I should probably call it. Autism sends me in weird directions. Hey, all of us are on the autism spectrum. We all be sent to weird directions. We collect specific things, you know? Yesterday, I told my boyfriend that I did not like Frosties from Wendy's. And he's like, wait, what? I'm like, here's the thing. As an autist, I've realized that I don't like specific things. And I tell my boyfriend this. I absolutely tell my boyfriend this. And I tell him I don't like vegetables. I absolutely don't like vegetables. And he's like, well, couldn't you just have a bite? And I'm like, I don't like vegetables. I keep mentioning it to him over and over again. And he's like, one bite. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't like specific stuff or things. I don't like things. I especially don't like specific things. Because they annoy me. I don't like things. I don't like spaghetti. I don't like specific things spaghetti. I don't like specific spaghetti things. I cannot improvise. I will never do improv, ever. I can never do that. But yeah, like, so as an autist, or somebody on the autism spectrum, there are some things I do not want to taste, or I don't like, even though I tasted it before, you know? Like, I don't like vegetables, or no, I don't like spinach, I don't like salad. Like, everybody else knew this, and I mentioned this to my boyfriend, and he's like, you know, it wouldn't kill you to, like, have some salad. Next time he says that to me and he forces me to eat a salad, I get to, you know, throw the salad in his face and lock myself in the washroom. I mean, you can't force somebody to eat something they don't like. Just like trying to get a dog, you know? So he wants to, so my boyfriend wants to, babysit one of his sister's dogs, even though I don't want to. Because I'm not a dog person, I'm not even a pet person. He grew up with pet dogs, I grew up with pet fish, and even then it was just way too much. He wants to get other people involved by saying, hey, is it okay if I just, like, if, like, you know, we get a dog just to make Kiara feel better or something, and then everyone's like, come on, why don't you get a dog? Like, why don't you, like, have that? And I'm like, I don't want a dog. I genuinely don't want a dog. Like, I genuinely do not want a dog. And my sister wants one, and it's like, fine, it's whatever, but we never got one. But here's the thing. A few years ago, he asked me for 2 weekends in a row to stay at his parents' house, to watch over the house and the dogs, just the two of us. And that was okay. That was absolutely fine. But they were 2 days and that's it. He wants it to make a whole week, and I'm like, I don't want a whole week. I don't want a dog around me for a whole week. Just leave me alone. I just want to be left alone with either him or by myself. I don't want a dog. Like, I don't want even babysitting one, you know? Like, it's just not my thing. And then he goes on Discord to talk to everyone else. It's like, just get a dog. It's like, it'll be fun. And I'm like, okay, so you're just not listening. I don't want one. And he's like, get one, you know? It's fun. And I'm like, I don't want one. I don't want... Sorry, I'm just, like, really ticked off sometimes that, you know... I say no to something, I absolutely say no, I give reasons why, and it's like, yeah, but, you know, do it. And I'm like, what is wrong with everybody? Does everybody just not want to listen to me? Hi, Bisected, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. Would you like a shout out? I was on a rant about a dog, even though I keep saying I didn't want one. I keep saying I didn't want a dog. Okay, let me give you a shout out here. If you're not following Bisected Brioche, which I'm pretty sure everybody has, please go follow her. She streams 3 days a week. She does amazing cosplay. Like, even if you follow her on Twitter, she does cosplays, and they are absolutely amazing. Go follow her on Twitter. She's very funny. She's very lovely. Please go follow her. And, you know, she absolutely knows more than me. And that's not sarcasm. She absolutely does. Yeah, she absolutely does. So go follow Bisected. She's absolutely lovely. I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat is following her. So please go give her a follow. And sleepy. I just woke up after sleeping in and being up till 3. That is pretty late. But thank you for coming by, and if you need to go back to sleep, please do. I mean, I love all colors, just not all people. There's problem people everywhere. Pretty much, like, and my boyfriend is like, I'm not going to bring home a dog without your permission. So that's gonna be never. Okay, you're already following. But, like, yeah, like, I know it's a joke. I know it's a joke. Like, everybody is like, why don't you get a dog? I'm like, this is something I don't want. I personally do not want a dog. You know? Like, moving in with him is already amazing enough. I don't want a dog, like, because I don't want to walk a dog. I absolutely don't. Like, I would rather just go to work on my days on and just stay home on my days off. I don't want to walk with a dog. You know, I don't want to go outside with a dog. I don't want to clean him up after it. And even he jokes like, hey, listen, like, I'm going to wait until you have a week off and I don't, and you have to take care of the dog the entire time. I'm like, you don't want that. You absolutely do not want that. Please don't make me like that. It's like, please, please. I know you're joking, but please don't do it. Like, especially, you want me to take care of a dog. You want me to take care of a dog. Get a frog or a jumping spider. Don't even want either or. I don't even want a pet. Not even a cat. Like, I don't even want a dog or cat. I don't want a pet. I don't want any pet. You know? I just can't. No. I absolutely don't want a pet at all. Because that takes so much more responsibility. And I'm already an irresponsible person. I don't want any more responsibility at all. Just, that's pretty much like having a child, you know? And I don't want children. I mean, neither of us can have children. Just a low-effort option. Oh, yeah, that's understandable, but if I could barely take care of a fish, a jumping spider, or a frog is not going to do it. Suffice to say, nope. Absolutely not. But yeah, like, it's just, yeah, I've never been a pet person. And also, he wants, like, he also says I'm gonna have to hold a baby that his sister eventually is gonna have. Because, you know, right now he's, at his old place, getting ready for his sister's wedding. Cute and affectionate. Are you talking about my boyfriend? Because if you are, he definitely is. Cute, not cute, handsome and affectionate. he actually is like, hey, just an FYI, eventually when my sister has a baby, you're gonna have to hold the baby. And I'm like, don't make me hold the baby. Please don't. I'm begging you, don't. Like, and I'm being serious and he's serious. And I'm like, I don't want to hold the baby. I absolutely do not want to hold the baby. Please do not make me hold it. And he's like, but you're like, come on, you're part of the family. You kind of have to. And it's like, every single time I hold a baby, every single time, ever since I was a little kid, no, ever since I was a teenager, everybody was just like, that's not how you hold a baby. That's not how you hold a baby. I'm like, I'm trying. Like, am I doing it right? It's like, that's not how you hold a baby. I'm like, and everybody's just laughing at me about it. And it's like, okay, fine. I'm never going to hold a baby again. Like, and this is when, like, 8 or so babies I've held over my life. Probably a dozen, but around 8 or something. Around a dozen. Probably 8, but just like, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hold a child. It's like, but you know, you're not holding it properly. I'm like, that is exactly what everybody else is saying. And I'm like, I don't want to hold a baby. And I'm begging him, I don't ever want to hold a baby. Because it's like, come on, it's cute. I'm like, no, please. You know? That's just me. If anybody else wants to hold a baby, that's totally fine. I don't. And nobody can make me. Because if anybody makes me... Oops, sorry. Now it's on the floor. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm a housewife type. I would be a housewife type, except I need to go out. Otherwise, I'll go stir crazy. If I don't get out of the house, I will go stir crazy. If I, my God. Like, I will absolutely lose my, not wanting to be, okay, I see. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. You know? Like, I used to want children, yeah, I used to want kids when I was a teenager, and then but then I just, like, realized I was a teenager and how bad I was. You know? And if I have a baby, I'm here for my boyfriend. I'm absolutely here for my boyfriend. But I will live with him for the rest of my life, and I will express myself. And if he brings a baby into this house, I will go insane, and I will take him with me. Sorry. This is doing wonders, isn't it? Who needs a stress ball when you have something to throw at somebody, at somebody? At the back of their head, just... Next thing I know, they have a concussion, and I'm like, you're fine. Just go to sleep. I swear this, actually, procreating is not a prerequisite life goal. It's not, but apparently holding a baby is. Apparently holding a baby is a life goal for everybody, to the point to where it's like, come on, just hold the baby for at least like a second, then I hold it. That's not how you hold a baby. It's like, well, good, I'm never going to hold a baby again. And if you make me hold a baby another time, I get to drop kick you. Or at the very least, I get to, you know, pull out my brass knuckles and punch you in the throat. Repeatedly. With onions. Yes. There, now you can't tell me to hold a baby because you have no throat noodles anymore. But on the bright side, you don't need to actually have need to talk. On the bright side, you don't need to have a baby to fuck. I mean, what I meant was you don't need to talk to fuck. I should have ended the stream 50 minutes ago so I wouldn't actually have to come up with that accidental thing. I have lost so many of you right now. The one F-bomb I could have made, and I ruined it. I am so sorry. Yes, I do have some issues. Oh, no, definitely I have issues. Some people laugh, others are like, the police should have been here by now. Oh, I'm gonna get so reported. God. Don't worry, Kiara, there's only 9 minutes left. So is anybody gonna do anything for the weekend? Some people are like, I am leaving this channel and I am going to block her from everywhere. This is kind of what I get for not sleeping properly for the past week. Ugh. I'm just working and trying to find a new apartment. I really hope that the new apartment goes well, and I hope that the apartment speaks to you in the most best way. You know? I know it's taking a while. I absolutely know, but you will get that apartment. I absolutely hope you will get it. All of us are pushing for you. You know? Like, all of us are pushing for you. And if you don't get that apartment, well, we could burn the UK down and you could come here to Canada. Sorry, I'm reading notes off the whiteboard here. Yeah, sometimes I don't know why I go to 3 hours when I don't know what to say. Yeah, this was only supposed to be 90 minutes, but... yeah, I didn't really do much of anything. Yeah, for my weekend, I'm going to be here or I'm going to go outside for a walk. My boyfriend is going to be at a wedding. I could have been there, but I'm dysphoric and his dad is going to be there and he doesn't know that I'm trans and I'm dating his son. So this is going to be a bit of a pickle, considering most of his immediate family already know that we're going out. So yeah, that's pretty much like... and also, like, if I went, I would have had to wear a suit, and I'm too dysphoric, so I decided to stay home. And even if I was allowed to wear whatever I wanted, I'd still have to stay home because I'm still dysphoric, you know? I was even dysphoric at the last wedding I went to, you know? I looked fine. I looked absolutely amazing. I have an amazing purse. At my blood test, the doctor said I had a nice purse. Like, still to this day, like, it's still a nice purse. It's on the back of this chair right now. You know? I take it a lot of places with me. But yeah, like, my dysphoria is just not going to cut anything I do sometimes, you know? Like, I've stopped almost said screaming. I stopped streaming because I genuinely did not like how I look in front of a camera. Like, I'm in makeup, I have lipstick on, but I don't even want to look at the OBS preview. Like, I currently disable it. Like, all of you can see me, but I can't see myself because I genuinely do not want to. Thank God I have therapy. because this is genuinely hard. Like, some days I don't even want to stream, and yeah, some days I just don't want to stream. But I did make a promise I'll stream every day for a month. And we're on the second part of the month, and yeah, it's genuinely hard. Like, it's mind-numbing sometimes. Like, yeah, I know a lot of people have trouble looking in the mirror sometimes, but sometimes I don't want to look in the mirror. Sometimes I just want to, like, stay in bed, play my Nintendo Switch, listen to a video essay while I play, because that's a definite time waster. But I'm going to be alone in this apartment for a couple of days. But yeah, it's, you know? But yeah, everybody gives me such good advice about dysphoria. And I know it's good advice, but my brain is like, I can't. Like, my brain doesn't want to listen. My brain is like, yeah, but still, you're envious, you have dysphoria, you're depressed, and your brain is just not... I just want to... sometimes I just want to reboot my brain. You know? Yeah, I just want to, like, genuinely just reboot my brain so I could actually never be dysphoric ever again. You know? Oh, God. So, everybody, I hope you're gonna have a really, really... I hope you have a really good weekend. I will be back here tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back here tomorrow. I need to, like, lie down. Yeah, I just need to lie down because yeah, I just need to be alone for at least 22 hours. You know? Yeah, I just need to be alone for at least 22 hours. I don't know, smoke something on the balcony or something? I'm not sure. Like, get whatever it is out of my nose. But, yeah, oh, it's not a good night. It's 6 in the morning. It's 6:43 in the morning, hence why it's usually the early stream. But yeah, like, I know over there, like, everywhere else it's like the afternoon and the evening, so the title called the early stream is going to be a bit of a, what was it, artifact title for some people. So yeah, I just say the early stream because it starts at 4 in the morning for me. Like, today it started at 3 at 8 p.m. Okay, so for some people it's like it's pretty evening-ish, or it's the evening there. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, for Brett. I'm kidding. I was gonna do a film sack intro. But thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Cloak, for the $1 donation. I will be back here tomorrow for Stuff and Things, or Stuff and Things. We are going to raid Jaded Peanut 40 because the person who I wanted to raided out. She is playing Fallout New Vegas, so everybody, thank you all for coming. And until tomorrow, I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this is the early stream. Thank you, and take care.